Namaskar, I'm Dr. Atmaram Pawar. So today, in the practicals of pharmaceutics for first year B Pharm and Pharm D, we'll see the simple formulation, that is syrup IP. So always the pharmaceutics practical start with the syrup IP. So as we know, the syrup IP have formula of sucrose IP 66.7 grams in purified water to make 100 grams. So it is the syrup IP which is 66.7% weight by weight. So the syrup which is usually prepared by dissolving sucrose, but in the pharma we use the sucrose of IP grade. So IP is the Indian pharmacopoeia. This formula is the Indian pharmacopoeia formula, which is the weight by weight formula. Correct. So we'll see the points regarding the syrup to understand the syrup IP as well as syrup USP. Is the syrup is a dosage form or additive? So what are the additives? These are the non-drug components used in the formulation either for as a base or the vehicle to improve stability or to improve the taste likewise. So whether the syrup IP is a additive or drug. So syrup IP is the additive because it is used as a vehicle, it is as a sweetener likewise. And syrups, there are medicated syrups like a paracetamol syrup. So these are the dosage forms. Means syrup as the name is the additive, and a syrup as the dosage form, which is the medicated syrup, is the syrup IP as the additive, and medicated syrups are dosage forms. So second point is, what are the benefits of syrup as a vehicle? Means syrup as a additive when it is a vehicle. Vehicle is a solvent or a carrier. So in the monophasic systems, means when the drug is a soluble in a vehicle, that is a solvent. Now that vehicle is called as solvent because it is a dissolving a drug. So what are the benefits of syrup as a vehicle? So this syrup can be used in the monophasic system as a solvent. Syrup can be used in the suspension as a carrier where the drug is insoluble. So therefore syrup as a vehicle. So if we see what are the benefits of syrup as a vehicle? Means as a syrup, what are these benefits? The taste, palatability is there. Then the viscosity. It is called as it gives the body to the preparation. If we dissolve the same drug in the water and same drug in the syrup, so due to the viscosity, you will feel that okay, this is the medicated formula and other is the just plain water, because syrup can give body to the preparation. And secondly, so I'm giving answers here just to understand. Secondly, see, if I take any sugar solution with a little amount of sugar, definitely there will be sweet taste. But when I take a syrup is a slightly adhesive, sticky. It is viscous. It remain in a mouth for a longer period of time. Then it carries added flavors also. Means it improves the palatability. That taste remain on tongue for longer period of time. And there is a term mouthfeel effect. So syrups are good agent to give the mouthfeel effect. So this is the benefit of syrup as a vehicle. So what are the limitations of syrup as a vehicle? Limitations of syrup as a vehicle. So now you have to think. So the syrup is saturated or unsaturated? Syrup is saturated, unsaturated. If syrup is saturated, can it act as a good solvent? What are the limitations? Correct. So if I compare syrup with the water, 100 ml syrup and 100 ml water, then in that case, in which case drug will be more soluble, in the water or in a syrup? So this answer is related to the first, solvent action. Second, different patients are there, diabetic patient, weight gain patient, देन बोलते हैं ना कि स्वीट खाने के बाद टीथ क्लीन करो अच्छा, डेंटल केरीज. So all these issues are possible. Think on it. So these are there may be some pharmaceutical limitations, some may be therapeutical limitations. So we have to see what are the limitations of this syrup as a vehicle. But if the same syrup is in the suspension, whether it is a benefit or limitation, that also we have to think. We'll cover again in the suspension chapter, but its point regarding the monophasic system is different and point regarding the suspension is different. I given the clue, you have to find it. How syrup is a self-preservative? The question is related to the osmotic pressure. I given the clue. So what is the osmotic pressure of a syrup? What is the osmotic pressure of a water? And secondly, if we add a just 20%, 30% of sugar in the water, whether it will act as a preservative, otherwise whether it will act as a growth media for microorganisms. So how many questions are there? So what is the osmotic pressure? What is the importance of osmotic pressure for growth of microorganisms? Whether this microorganism will grow in a syrup or not? If concentration of sugar in the water is less, it is not 66.7%, then what will be the growth of microorganisms? So likewise, we have to explain whether the syrup is a preservative or not. Secondly, IP also mentions to add a preservative in the syrup. Then why? Usually, if you want to use this syrup for long term, then definitely it requires to add the preservative. So which are the preservatives mentioned in the IP to add? This is also important, correct? So in the third year also, you will study these points, but at this level, so primary, we should know this information. In the third year, I will ask, what is the pH of the syrup? What is the pH of that medicated syrup? Then why these particular preservatives are used depending on the pH likewise. But at this step, you should know at least name of preservative. Then we have the syrup USP. So see, the syrup IP is 66.7% weight by weight, and syrup USP is 85 grams in 100 ml, means 85% weight by volume. This is the difference between syrup IP and syrup USP. So what are the ideal properties of API to formulate as a syrup, whether it is syrup IP or syrup USP? So what I connected to you, to solvent action. So due to the saturation, whether the syrup will have the same solvent action as compared to water or less, and accordingly here the solubility, dose of that API drug is important. You have to find the answer for that, correct? What is the difference between syrup IP and syrup USP? The main difference I given, that is the percentage of sugar, which is a concentrated or which is saturated, which is less saturated, which is concentrated, which is dilute. You have to calculate it. Therefore, you can calculate it considering the specific gravity. So then convert that weight by weight IP formula into weight by volume and calculate the quantity of a sugar present in 100 ml. And similarly, in the case of syrup USP, you convert this formula in a weight by weight also. So it will give a one parameter. So make it one parameter, either weight by weight or weight by volume. Then you will get idea about which is a dilute and which is a concentrated. What is the benefit of this? So the solvent, which syrup IP or syrup USP is more saturated. What is the benefit of this? So it will be benefit for that solvent action. Which is the dilute, it will be good solvent to dissolve that drug. Means the drug solubility can be managed slightly if there is a sufficient amount of water present in the syrup, but it may have the less osmotic pressure likewise. So you have to think on it. Why syrup becomes brown? It is called as invert syrup, inversion. So sucrose is converted into different other sugars. Which are these? This is also more important. Then what happens? The invert sugar is more sweet or less sweet? Which is sweeter? Which is less sweet? Correct. And how to avoid that browning? If browning is there, then can we use in the preparation? Definitely brown is there, brown color will be there, yellowish color will be there, means your preparation should be colored. Then one can use that inward syrup, correct, which is more sweet, which is more stable, correct. Second point is, so these syrups also reduce the oxidation. So whether the inward sugar reduce the oxidation, plain sugar reduce the oxidation, likewise. So browning, how browning can be minimized? So definitely with the less heat it can be minimized. Less heat, less temperature and prolonged heating is good for this. Therefore, there are two methods, cold method and hot method. Syrup IP is prepared by hot method, where the sugar is added in boiled water, correct. And in the case of syrup USP, it is mentioned to have a cold, means it is a maceration type or stirring that sugar with the cold water. So browning will be in the hot method. Likewise, we have to think how to adjust the final volume, because here the syrup is viscous. If we measure by a measuring cylinder, then part of that syrup will remain in the measuring cylinder only. Therefore, there is one method, tiered container. So what is the tiered container method? So what is the basic? That is, syrup IP volume is adjusted on the weight basis. We have to make 100 gram, and syrup USP we have to make 100 ml, correct. So likewise, I given some answers. I expect some answers from you. If you get any difficulty, I'm there. So in the comment, you can write your answer. You can ask me questions. As per the time, I will reply it. But don't expect all ready-made things. There are many, my authors, colleague authors, they are friends. They made you very simple books, mini books, micro books. These are very useful for one-day recitation. So therefore, instead of that, read more books and have a understanding on it, have a study on it. Therefore, I request you to read more. I just giving you clues and giving you questions. These questions will help you a lot. Thank you for patiently listening.